Alicia Rabins, and I'm an artist and Jewish educator. I grew up in a non-religious, reform by default Jewish family in a very non-Jewish suburb of Baltimore. So Jewish traditions at home, but not a lot of Jewish education in my house and not a lot of observance. And in college I encountered traditional Judaism, and that led me to go to Jerusalem for 2 years and be fully immersed in modern Orthodox Judaism, texts, traditions, just studying morning till night for 2 full years. And then I returned to the States and began to integrate everything I had grown up with everything I learned in Jerusalem and with my own kind of growing spiritual instincts as an adult. One of the amazing things about being human is that so many things are happening at once. So there's always something happening on a physical level just to be alive. There's always something happening on in an emotional reality, and usually many, many layers. We're always having an intellectual life. And there's also things happening spiritually that I think kind of come to the fore sometimes, and sometimes we're not thinking about it as much, but I see it as always being a stream that's there. Our society is in some ways so, so well developed with inquiry and science and study and learning. And there's a flip side of that, which is that I sometimes think we're a little bit underdeveloped in our ability to be in the mystery, our tolerance for uncertainty, our ability to even find pleasure and joy and magic in uncertainty, in kind of sitting with the parts of being human that don't have answers, that can't be experimented on in a scientific way necessarily. I think that actually my training as an artist and just being an artist for my whole life has taught me a lot about that. I think that's something that artists can actually teach our society, and that's also something I think that artists and spiritual practitioners have in common, whether they're professionals or just people who are spiritually engaged in whatever tradition, is that willingness to engage with the mystery and to show up as who we are at a specific moment with all of the contradictions and imperfections of that, and explore what that means, try to kind of embody it as fully as we can, claim it, experiment with it, mark the world with it, and also just enjoy the magic of that. I think the same way that any good art teacher will say, everybody can draw. It may not be a professional piece of art, but every human who can move a pencil can draw. I think the same applies to spirituality. I think sometimes similarly to how it can be easy to get intimidated by the idea of creativity and think that's for professional artists, it can be easy to get intimidated by the idea of spirituality and think either that's for very, very religious people or religious professionals. But I think creativity and spirituality are part of every day for every person, and it's more a matter of just recognizing that, and if we want to nurture that a little bit, we can, but whether or not we're nurturing our creativity, our spirituality, it's there, and it's a part of just being alive.